Check 1, 2. Let me know if you can hear me. This guy. And that's the intro. Peace. My man Sai is here, who I was talking to earlier today. What's going on, man? Rob is here. The blackest Negro I know. How you guys doing? I had good weekends? Chilling? Black. So I don't really have a plan, but first thing I'll do is I'll go through this. Doing great. That's good to hear. You worked all weekend and you're still working? God damn. Put the mouse down. You can only 3D print so many things. Jeez. But my weekend wasn't bad. I didn't really do shit. But that joint that I posted up today, that Mary J remix or whatever, people have been liking it or whatever. My man in the chat, which actually asked me a couple of questions about my setup and shit. But first, I'll go through, I guess, how I made the joint. So, for anyone that's new here, I'm very much a sample-based producer or whatever. So, 90% of the time, I'm sampling a record. You know, go beat shop and shit, cop a record, and then I'll, you know, chop the shit up. So, I'll play some of the sample. So, this is a whole sample. I don't remember the record, to be honest. It's not really a good thing, but fuck it. But that's enough of that. So I made my little chops. So I'll solo this sample. I think it was a Herbie record though. If it was a Herbie record, I would remember that shit. So I got my chops. And when it comes to drums, I use like the same fucking kits everybody uses. It's just the way you do it. I don't use quantize, if that makes it different to you. If you see like how my drums are laid out here, like the beginning of the kick is always like on the edge of the end of the loop. The shit is a mess, but that's just how I like to do it. So I'll solo the drums and play it. So you see how the kick is at the end. That's how I always do my shit. So I'll bring the sample in. So it's not like a pack. Like when I do my drums, I'll go from pack to pack. So it's always just like a mix of shit. This kick is from something else. This snare from something else. This snare from something else. This snare from something else. Hi-hat. I have like a standard set of hi-hats that I use. But rarely do I ever like kind of, hodgepodge, which I like that shit. I've been using a lot of the MSX. I think it's either MSX2 or MXX II. Their kits are pretty dope. They have like a lot of unique sounds, but yeah, it's always piecemeal. Like I'll use a kick from one kit, a snare from another, but that's usually how it goes for me. So I'll talk about EQ in a little bit. Something I do on my samples all the time is I'll do a slight EQ, turn up the highs a little bit, might go down on the low mid. It all depends on the sample. But something I always do is I use guitar rig on my samples. I was messing around long ass time ago, and I found a preset that works like fucking magic on my samples. So I don't know if what you're listening to this on, like headphones or computer speakers. If computer speakers, you might not notice the difference, but I'll take off everything except the EQ. I don't really use it on drums. I use it on samples all the time, though. But you never know. You might fuck around and find something that works on drums. So I'll bring in the guitar rig. It kind of makes it fuller if you can hear it. You might not be able to. So then I use RC20. I always take the noise off. Like with the RC20 like presets, I'll fuck around with them, but I always take like the vinyl crackle off, cause I'm sampling a fucking record anyways. Like for me, it's like what's the point? The shit is already dirty to me. But whatever, float your boat. And then I'll always add a compressor. Gives it more life, but I'll always have it sidechained to the kick and the drums. If you can listen to get that pumping going, you know what I'm saying? I think you can really hear it on, at least on this beat. I did the bass. So I use contact for it, just like the free shit. So there's an upright bass sound that's in this kit. Usually when I do beats, I stick with contact factory selection a lot. I usually use classic bass. I'll play like another beat where I use this, but for this one, I kind of wanted the bass to pop out more and get like nope. I don't do any of that shit. Maybe I should, but I don't. I don't know enough about it. Like as far as like soft clipping and shit like that, I know that like, you know, there's a huge benefit to it. But when I'm making a beat or whatever, I'm just making a fucking beat. Um, at this point, um, I hate to get super technical with shit. If it feels right to me, then the shit feels right to me. Um, you know, fuck it. But if I ever get the chance to, sit and learn about soft clipping or whatever, um, maybe I'll utilize it, maybe not. But um, I'll talk about like the way I do my stems after making a beat or whatever. So I'll do like this is my bass line. We'll go back to this. So you really get the plucks, the upright bass. I threw a saturator on it just to make it a little beefier. If I take it off, it's a little thin. And I like my bass line's thick. Another thing I don't do, I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do, but I'll add. I didn't add a compressor on the bass or like the pumping action on it. I just wanted the kind of like the plucks from the upright bass to stand out. But anyways, so bring the sample back. And a lot of my shit is like bassline driven, so I might have my 4-bar loop, but I really depend on like my bass lines to kind of turn things around, or at least like kind of give it a different feel than it would be without the sample, without the bassline or whatever. D is, so one thing I do with beats, I've been doing it for like maybe like 2 or 3 years, is I'll duplicate the first channel where the sample is, and I'll put a shitload of reverb on it, but then in my effects chain, I'll keep the same effects chain as the first one, but then I'll move the compressor up to the front just so I can still get that pumping action. I'll show you what it sounds like. So if you listen closely, you can hear the sample. But it's kind of like if I mute the actual sample, it's almost like kind of like an atmosphere, or like kind of like adding strings to it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll bring the drums in. So you can tell that the compressor's like really like working, or like pumping or whatever. So let me bring the bass line in. So it's kind of like, if you're listening, it's kind of like atmosphere when I drop out the main sample, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of compare it to like the let's see, I'll show you what I compare it to. So like the old like Pete Rock or whatever, atmosphere, that's a good word for it. But, Pete Rock is mostly known for, filtering out the sample during the verse or whatever, which I still do, which is classic shit. I'll never stop doing that. But that's kind of like a different approach to it, I guess, if that makes sense. is just like a shitty string synth. It's not shitty. It's pretty dope, and it's free. It's called Cheese Machine 2. So I just added that to, you know, kind of like for a hook part. And I put the compressor on it just so I can get that pump in action. And it's all the way up. If I mess with the release, I'll bring the sample back in. This is like for like the hook of the joint, if that makes sense. And then the verse comes back in. You know what I mean? The last one is just the acapella that I hooked up. Some Serato sample. I know a lot of people use Serato samples for like chopping in general, but I use it a lot for like remixing.
How can I love somebody
and I had to pitch it down just so like
if I can't
it could go with the sample.
Love myself enough to know when it's time to let go. How can I
put it down, I shift it down like -2.
If I can't love myself enough.
Sometimes Serato sample kind of sucks when it comes to mapping out shit for like doing a remix or whatever. Like lyrics will be off and shit. And I'll show you an example right now, actually. So I'm gonna open up Logic, which I use to mix. And when I track out a beat or whatever in Logic, I don't really do much. Most of the mixing I do for a beat is in Machine. So let me open up this last joint that I was working on for a project. Yeah, you're right. It does come in handy. It comes in handy a lot. And I use it all the time. Let me get a good example. So, I guess this is a exclusive for you guys, but let me bring it over. But here's a remix. I've been working on a remix project that I want to put out on vinyl soon. So let me make sure it plays.
I'm saying, who told y'all to let a motherfucker back on the block with the bullshit? Y'all done fucked up now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. You got a problem, son? Imagine how the club sound. Look and see, I'm ready to spark it. Soon as I zoom on my target, motherfucker better roll out the carpet. See the way I'm coming through and how I kick in the door. Watch how I coffee ground like never before. The way I rap from the door. So immaculate and passionate when I'm speaking, I'm preaching. All my niggas out in every hood.
So with this, I really had to like chop the shit out of it in Serato. Let me see if it'll still pull it up. So these are all the chops I had to do.
I'm saying, look and see, I'm ready. Coffee ground.
Because I had to make sure the shit lined up. You know what I'm saying? And then in total, I had to do 3 different takes of recording, and even in those I had to if I stretch this out, you know, this is like how it's laid out on the keys, if it makes sense. If you make beats or whatever, it should make sense to you, but this is me hitting a key, this is me hitting a key, this is me hitting a key throughout the whole recording process of this shit. So I'll merge those together into one track, and then I have to like kind of chop the shit out of the vocals. I mean, this isn't the worst one I've done, but you know, sometimes I'll have to shift things just so things make sense. You know what I'm saying? So let me start it from the top.
I'm saying, who told y'all to let a motherfucker back on the block with the bullshit? Y'all done fucked up now. Turn the volume up and bang it out the truck now. You got a problem, son? Imagine how the club sound. Look and see, I'm ready to spark it. Soon as I zoom on my target, motherfucker better roll out the carpet. See the way I'm coming through and how I kick in the door. Watch how I walk the ground like never before. The way I rap from the door. So immaculate and passionate when I'm speaking, I'm preaching. All my niggas out in every hood. You tryna compete? You better be incredibly good. Niggas you want eat, figured you would. That's why I waste no time to give it to you niggas this time. And give you all the jewelry this time. And then I put it down for you all. I can't get enough of it, niggas. I gotta explore all of my options. I gotta get me plenty more.
But yeah, that's an example of like a remix I would do. And when I track my shit out, so right here's the sample. I'll pretty much do like I did a machine. Bass. Little extra shit. Vocal stab. If you know where those are from, you should. I didn't think anything was on here. Yeah, these next two channels are empty. I didn't use them in the machine, so they didn't translate in the session or whatever. But so next will be my drums. Hi-hats. A little bell action. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Make some noise in the chat if you're still with me. I think I see 3 people in here, which is a record. And I appreciate you guys being here. But I'm not gonna save this because I still got to work on this and shit. And I'll bring everything down so just when I do the mastering or whatever, I have enough headroom. But so that's like an example. And could you guys hear that shit? Don't save. But yeah. And I'll actually I opened it the other day. I'll show you another give me a second. I'll show you something else I worked on too, and I'll break that down too. I don't even know if I'll make a beat today or whatever, but I'll show you something else that I did too that I don't think anyone's heard. Let me open it real quick. You get to see my files, you creepy motherfuckers. Alright. So this will be another breakdown. And again, I got the sample from a record like I usually do. Let me make this not sound weird. There we go. But I'll play the sample. Give me a second. So that's the sample. Pretty creepy. So I'll play my chops. I'll bring in the drums. So my drum sounds heavy ass kick, clap, clap, snap, clap, hi-hats. Pretty much it. But yeah, let me solo them. EQing on the samples like I usually do. EQ, guitar rig, compressor for that knock, from the kick, RC20, no noise, because I hate the noise. Like fake vinyl crackle is, it's so weird. I don't know, it kind of, I guess being a sample-based producer who like digs in the crates or whatever, it bothers me. I think I seen someone online the other day talk about a lo-fi plugin that was like, oh, the vinyl crackle's so sweet. It's like, like, I don't know, gave me like the chills in the worst way. Right, exactly. 90% of the time the noise is trashed. I really just take it off all the time. It's like cumbersome. But anyways, let me get to this shit. So this is Contact, and this is the bass that I usually use. Some people like the bass that I use, so if you want to use it yourself, Contact Player is free, and factory selection is some free shit too. Oh God, you and I need to have a discussion on this. Let's not go there because we'll be here for hours talking about shit like that. But this is the one I use all the time. Classic bass. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But what I'll do right now while you guys are here is I'll do a little saturation. I don't use a classic all the time. I usually use tape mode. It might turn up the drive a little bit. So let me bring the drums in and the sample. got my funky penguin grunts. Another classic. Then here is just like some fucking some sound effect. Just for a turnaround. Some Star Wars, some Star Trek shit. So all together. Here's what I'm planning to do.
Turn me up a little.
I'll get it right. Give me a second.
Turn me. Turn me. Turn me up a little louder. Get it crunk, yeah, let's get them riled up. Let's go, it's only for my real niggas. Big truck, Dilla Lays, fifth wheel with his state pink gators. My Detroit players, game like air, that's why these boys haters. We let the Morris tell the whole story. Bounce in the 40, watch your hoes board it. Party up, get live with it. Start it up, put it in drive and whip it. Move, bitch, get out the way. I'm bouncing a mile in and out the lanes. It's not the game. Fuck a niggas up like what tigger, what tigger, what tigger. The low anterior, you feeling the bottom. You ain't gotta wait to chop, the dealers got them. Better get them. Where you at, bro? Jay Dilla hitting corners in the lag, bro. Cake boys doing it big, we gotta control. This one is for the real niggas out in the road. Let's go. Live, reach for the sky. Yeah, for the real niggas with the beat in the ride. Grab the bass up on the night if you want. Yeah, yeah. Live, reach for the sky. For the real niggas with the beat in the ride. Nigga, turn your bass up on the night if you want. Making your money.
So that's what I'm gonna do with it. During like my Christmas break and shit, I'm gonna really finish a lot of projects up and not kind of work on new shit. Cause I'm that fucking guy who says I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. Then I go and buy more fucking records and I make more fucking beats that I sit on. But yeah, and I like how that shit sounds, so fuck it. Maybe I'll do another breakdown. I'm not sure if I'll make a beat tonight. So if you're upset, sorry. Let's see. Give me a minute. All right. We'll get there. Of course not. Just bear with me. I'm glad you guys, it seems like you guys are sticking around for a little bit, at least a three of you or whatever, so I appreciate you guys being here. Let's see. I guess I'll do this one. Let's see. This is a good example. So I actually did these chops in Serato because I wanted the same pitch, but I wanted the chops to be slower, I guess. I'll just show you. So. When I use Serato in Machine, it's always easier for me to kind of play the shit out on the keys. I don't know why. It just is. I don't like keyboard mode in Machine on the pads. I just like playing shit out. So I'll play the sample. Actually, you know what? I'll play the sample at the original speed. So. It's a little faster. So, I'll play the actual joint. So I want to bring the drums in. Kick. I might have to beef it up a little bit, but a heavy kick, little drum roll action, another kick with kind of like a open hat type of action on it. Just kind of loop through the drum. So I don't think I used it, but can't go wrong with a good chime. But I'm not sure if I use this either. Actually, yeah, I did use it. But with the remixes, I think, you know, the beat might be a little simple or whatever. I mean, the shit knocks, but the beat might be a little simple. I think you kind of bring the character out more when the vocals come in with the drops and the extra shit like random samples from a record. So this is another remix, and it's oops. It is.
Yo.
Well, I'll just do it.
Yo. They come. Yo. They call me. Yo. They call me. Yo. Yo. They call me Sean the Scared Harmon, yeah. Fuck that, they call me Sean the Scared Alarming, yeah. Sean the Vet Warning, yeah. Sean the Grab the Cons and Bomb Medulla Oblongata. Now the nigga that you know, flow is ill, the word the mama. I'm in a whole different space, call it Andromeda. Battlestar Galactic with the ratchet Abu Lama, yeah. Understand, nigga, the flow ill. You should know by now, nigga, Angela Bofield. No jerk, I blow perp.
Captain America logo in front of the low shirt. You can't sell drugs with no work. Manicured fingernail, niggas did no dirt. Nigga, respect my conglomerate. Before I run to your crib, some tech to your mama shit. Time for change, get the fuck off Obama dick. P for president, nigga, I know a lot of shit.
You just a consumer,
Fuck out
one
of here.
Ruger, son's a shooter, none truer, the bum chewer. Lines and hooks, real in tuna. Shines a book, took you die sooner.
So something like that. So that's another one that I need to finish. But I like it. I think it knocks. Yeah, it's just another example. And I would do the same thing, like bounce out the stems when I track out my shit. I didn't used to do it, and it was pretty stupid of me, but I used to just track out all my drums in a group instead of like, bouncing out the kick, snare, hat, or whatever. But, just being lazy and actually just making shit harder for myself. But, should I do another remix? I don't know. What's this beat? I'll just go through some beats today. How's that sound? Okay, so this is another. This actually ended up being a song that my man Mark 40 and Yipes. I don't know how much you guys would follow video game competitions or whatever, but my man Yipes is really big in the video game community, especially like Street Fighter 5, some other wild shit that I don't even know. I know he does Marvel vs. Capcom a lot too, and they actually use this beat, but this was originally a remix that I had in mind for something else. And I guess I'll play the other shit too after. But so these chops were done not in Serato. Let me play the whole sample real quick. So it's really crackly because it's not even just a record. There was one point where the machine had to do an update because it kept recording shit all fucked up, but I still kept it. Give me a second. Anyways. Sounds like a Mexican standoff. It was just like a jazz record that I chopped up for this. I'll play the loop. I kind of kept it like there's kind of like a core rhythm to the loop, but there's a couple different chops throughout the shit. Kick regular. I like I like kicks that like kind of poke through the mix. One thing that I kind of want to do more is use 808s, which I don't. But I like, I guess, God, I don't want to say the words boom bap, but whatever. Kick is heavy, but still, has a little snap to it. Like a light snare, but it still kind of comes through. I don't think I used this snare roll. I don't think it would have made sense anyway in the beat. Hi-hat. A little hi-hat loop. I use these hi-hat loops like all the time. Maybe too much, but fuck it. I don't care. So, another snare. And they're both the same snare, but one of the snares is lower. I think I was trying to do like a little drum roll, but I didn't end up doing it. So, a little open hi-hat. Little tambourine. And a crash for the beginning. Sample back in. Bass. I did put a saturator on this. And the reverb channel. Like, sometimes the best shit is the most simple shit. Not too fucking complicated or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but sometimes that's all you need, you know? So, before I sent that beat to Mark, I was originally going to a remix with it. So, I guess I'll do it. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Alright, so, here it goes. Let me get my loop or whatever.
In him, but he also got a righteous cause for sending them a murder me. So I gotta murder them first. Emergency, doctors performing procedures. Jesus, I ain't trying to be facetious, but vengeance is mine, said the Lord. You said it better than all. Leave niggas on death's door, breathing off respirators, killing my best for haters. On permanent high haters as I skate in the Maybach Benz, fly this annihilating. Bumping brown sugar by D'Angelo in Los Angeles, like an evangelist. I can introduce you to your maker, bring you closer to nature. Ashes after they cremate you bastards. Hope you've been reading your songs and chapters, paying your tithes, being good Catholics are coming.
So something like that. But then I sent it to Mark because he asked me for a pack. So I was like, fuck it. I'll send it to you. And I'll let you guys hear what it sounded like. Give me a second. I gotta go on the tubes of you. And this dropped in October, and it's like the most played song for the year for me. Let me know if you guys can hear that.
East to the west, and vice versa. I see you, 40.
Came out crazy.
Look, trying to live forever. Plans and motions for the big endeavors. And you think we giving up? Never. Before the name IFC, you will remember. Before the money, you will see we getting clever. If you a friend turned enemy, you long gone. Feelings change like the government of Sean John. My heart cold, wearing long johns. And you know that my rep stretch cause I'm on strong. Many wishing for the casket from many factions. Don't appreciate my presence, let them feel my absence. I help father the game through love and pain. Years and many stages, I'm fine wine with age. Pushed out many sins, fly guy for days. Pulled out many pins, fly by grenades. Keep my enemies close so you don't lack range. Cause when it comes to women, money, they act strange.
Loyalty above everything, so the llama close. Humbleness and stack of guala, shit, I honor both. Blowing presidency strains of that Obama smoke. Me and Yipes, bucking the niggas, like Giannis go. My niggas hella sick, this not that comical. Her niggas be throwing shade when they on they posts. My clips is fully stocked in, I'm popping like Karl Malone, the mailman. Cause I push the envelope, the trick squeezing your wig leaking. Treat the beat like your stepdad and I'm kid beating. Big reason we ain't popped yet is y'all big tweaking. All these beats looking like dessert and I'm fig eating. So look, I'm up and down the clock and frying in the frying pan, hugging on the block every day. It was time I found Marvel with the Glock, my cap gun like Capcom. Cause we juggernauts with the Iron Man.
I'm experienced now, professional. Y'all been.
That's pretty much the gist of the joint. You know what? I feel like doing one more, just for the fuck of it, and just because you guys have, you know, at least you two active in the chat have stuck around. Let me know if you guys are still here. Shit. But I'll do one more, and this is something that I haven't dropped yet either, because I'm procrastinating like a motherfucker. This is a sample. So I used another simple beat or whatever. I actually didn't use that part. So here's the loop. CPT, don't say that. Me not being normal or whatever, I kind of thought of like a southern bounce. Little pop in kick. I think this drum kit that I got, maybe most of these sounds from are just like some kit that someone cut up a bunch of Dilla songs and just took the drums from it. So I used that kit, and it sounds like. This is another baseline driven one. And you have to saturate. Another, you know, our reverb channel, my standard shit. And then just like an effect. You hear it on the next turn around, but on group F, I did a bunch of effects, but I did it using the clip section, because I kind of wanted them randomly throughout the loop. So I'll play it for you. So I gotta figure this one out. I think there's.
Now look who creeping, look who crawling, still ballin' in the mix, pulling tricks, looking slick. Now look who creeping, look who crawling, still ballin' in the mix. It's that 6'6" long dick slim nigga sticking your chick, pulling tricks, looking slick at all times when I'm flipping, boy sipping, car dipping.
So let me put this shit together so it makes sense. I had to do a couple little chops, but.
Pulling tricks, now look, pulling tricks, looking slick at all times when I'm.
But nothing crazy. So bear with me. All right, I probably got like 5 minutes left, so bear with me. Get it. Kind of fucked it up, but you got the gist of that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll finish it off, like I said, during the Christmas break. Hopefully, for next month. But yeah, so I'm gonna go. I appreciate you guys sticking around. If you guys got any more questions, don't hesitate to send me a message, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. This was fun. Yeah, no problem. And I'll let you people know when the next one is. Maybe later this week, maybe Thursday. But yeah, this was fun. Appreciate you guys being here. And until next time, peace.